Okay, guys, it's been unbelievable. That's all I can say. From yesterday, okay, so let me talk to you as chief, okay, as your upline. I realized last night after VCon day 1, my phone almost exploded. And then I realized the magnitude of this event. Because I'm in touch with thousands of leaders, all of you, most of your uplines are in touch with me on WhatsApp. And my phone was going crazy with people sending me pictures of pictures and videos of watching VCon at home, all right? Watching VCon in huge hotels. There were groups of thousands of people screaming, dancing, watching us on a screen with VCon Connect. And last night, I couldn't sleep because I never, and I'll be honest with you, I never anticipated that this digital VCon was going to reach that many people. Over 200,000 people watching us, watching the great ones, Japadas Bismarck, Dato Sri Vijay, our uplines. And I was just watching all the videos, watching all the photos, and I realized at that point, all right, our purpose, why we do this, the in-service, the core, the alliance, the V partners, AVPs, V councils. And I realized at that moment that we are no longer just an organization, that we have become like a life-changing energy, a force, all right, that reaches people in very different ways. And last night, listening to Japa, listening to Dato Sri Vijay speak about their journey, and you saw all your uplines, the V partners, including Pathman, who was very emotional, all right, I realized something. I realized that the past 22 years is nothing compared to what the next 22 years is going to be. And my only hope and prayer is that you will be part of the next 22 years. Because we need more people who believe in rhythm. We need more people who will achieve financial freedom and pay it forward and make a difference in another life, another life. Now this is day 2 of VCon. And true to tradition, on day 2, I come up first. I'm the first speaker at VCon every morning. Okay, I don't know whether it's good or bad. That means I never get to sleep during VCon. But thank God VCon Connect starts at 6 p.m. here in Malaysia. So I get a little bit extra sleep. But the point is, every morning I come up, all right, for 2 reasons. Right, to set the tone, to get you started, to be very sure that you are ready for the whole day of day 2. So this is day 2. There's going to be some of the most unbelievable speakers who are going to speak to you today. And yesterday I understand there was so much excitement, so much level of craziness, like any day 1 of VCon, all right? But today, I need you to be very focused, not only with your eyes, but with your mind, your heart. Because what I'm going to share with you is the most fundamental aspect of your journey. And a lot of people were telling me that a lot of the people viewing us on this VCon Connect are new. You are like 6 months, 3 months, 2 months. And I also know that many prospects who had access to watch this VCon decided to sign up after day 1. And I just want to say, welcome to the greatest organization on the planet. And then, all right, this is day 2. So I need you to be here. This is already VCon. The excitement of being on a digital experience. Get over it. It's happening. It's real. We are there in your home, in the hotel ballrooms, all right, in every arena that VCon is broadcasting to right now. We are with you. Now, my question is, are you guys with me right now? All right, and I want to hear, I want to feel that affirmation that you are here. So repeat after me, wherever you are. Repeat after me. I am here. I am here. I am here. Because this morning, or this evening, technically, I want to speak to you about my realization. Now, I started building this business 22 years ago. And my working upline is Dato Sri Vijay himself. And throughout 22 years, okay, I've learned a lot, experienced a lot, understood a lot, realized a lot. And as Japa always tells us, every VCon, you are not going to receive a new concept, a new idea. We are going to share with you what we have learned throughout our 22-year journey. And a lot of you do not know how I started the journey. Unlike you, all right, somebody signed you up. My journey is extremely different and very unique, okay? And I don't have a lot of time on this VCon Connect, but I want to share a little bit of my journey because it's important for you to know that everyone you look up to, all the way to the founders, the V partners, the AVPs, the max out kings and queens, we were not born this way. Each one of us started our journey exactly like you, where you are right now. That if you look yesterday at David, Sati, Kuna, me, and all the V partners who were sitting at Dubai and on Zoom, all right, on the screen, I knew all of them before they started the journey. All right? All of them, including me, were sitting there as a participant at one time. We were not born great networkers. We started the journey exactly like you. And I never want you to look at us and say like, wow, we are not, I am not Shah Rukh Khan. You understand? We are not Bollywood, Hollywood actors. Okay? We are normal people. And we started our journey just like you, with a tracking center, with a left and right, and we started with 0 on the left, 0 on the right. And in 22 years, that has grown to millions on the left, millions on the right, but we started exactly where you are right now. And I want to tell you a little bit of my story so that you can understand that if a moron like me can make it in this business, so can you. So whatever you think of yourself right now, whatever lack of, confidence, fear, okay, lack of belief, it's okay. I was there. All right? I was there, guys. So I'll tell you a little bit about who Pathman Senatiraja is. Now, like many of you watching us right now, I grew up in a small town. I mean small, insignificantly small, in Malaysia, 2 hours north of Kuala Lumpur, where we are right now. And the town is called Teluk Intan, which is our local name. In translation, it means Diamond Bay. Don't worry, there's no diamonds in my town. Don't make a trip, okay, unless you want to see where me, Kuna, and Sati were born, okay? And guys, this session on day 2 is very personal to me. And I'm sharing my heart because there's no use for you to say you respect me, that you love me, Chief, we love you so much, and all that stuff. If you don't know where I came from, you don't know me, all right? You know this persona called Chief. You know this personality that comes to your house every Sunday and Wednesday to Instagram and Wednesday message. But today I want you to know me. And this is difficult because I never usually share what's very personal to me. So today I'm treating you with a lot of respect and a lot of love. So wherever you are, give me the same respect and love. And sit down and listen carefully to what I'm going to tell you this evening from Malaysia. So I grew up in a small town, just like you, all right? My parents, my mom and dad, both worked as civil servants, as school teachers, very respected profession. They were both teachers in a primary school, okay? And Kuna is the eldest, Sati is number 2, I'm number 3, and the most good looking. Don't tell them. All right. Secretly, I love my brothers a lot, but I don't tell them enough. All right. But the looks part, please. You saw us on stage. It's quite obvious. The vote is out there. All right. Chief number 1. We don't even have to count Sati and Kuna after that. Okay. But the point is, they are my older brothers, and I love them. And I was born in Telok Intan, and I lost my dad when I was 3 years old. So, ironically, I know of him, but I don't know him. I never knew him. I was 3 years old. Kuna has memories. Me and Sati, I don't think we have much memories. I have none of my dad. But I know of him. Senati Raja, that's his name. And what I've heard of him, the stories from family and friends, I'm honored to be his son and to carry his name. Great man. And then, when he passed away, my mom became a single mother. All right? So my mom brought the 3 of us up. That's it. Single mother. Okay? School teacher. Barely enough money to survive. And I grew up not in poverty. People always say I was born poor. I don't define poor by just how much money you have. Then 99% of the population is poor. So my mom had enough money to feed us, put clothes on us, put a roof over our head. Right? She worked hard, very hard, to be able to provide for her 3 sons. And I grew up in a small town. A small town which means small. That means what you do 10 minutes before you reach home, your mother already knows how you screwed up. And guys, you don't know back then, all right? When you screw up, your mother has only one, there's no psychological discussion. You understand? Son, come here. Do you know what you did wrong? And do you think you did anything wrong? Shall we talk about it? Please. I come from a generation where you walk in the house, guilty or not, you get whack. Okay? And for some reason, Sati and I got all the whacking. Kuna escaped. Alright? Alright? Because he was the better son. And I remember one incident where me and Sati were whacked and Amma's cane, the bamboo cane, broke. And then she told us to go to the shop and buy a cane. So me and Sati on the bicycle going to the shop to buy a cane. Can you imagine how moronic that is? And halfway riding the bicycle, we had that moment where we both stopped and looked at each other and said, are we stupid or something? You understand not? But that's how I grew up. And don't worry, it wasn't all beating. My mom was unbelievable. She gave us love. She taught us everything from how to drive a car, all right, how to make and fly a kite, how to catch fish, all right, how to talk to girls. But that one, I think she didn't teach me properly. And I realized at a young age, all right, you don't feel poor. Do you realize this? Only when you grow older and you look back at your life, then you realize, oh my God, we were poor. But when you were kids, you didn't know that. You enjoyed life, you played. And it's so important to have a parent, all right, who builds your mindset. And Amma, all right, built our mindset that be good, do good, dream big. She would never kill a dream. She would never, no matter how outrageous. And I was talkative from young, all right? And I'm a moronic dreamer, a moron with a dream. You understand? I believed everything was possible. I refuse to accept reality. Okay? So in Malaysia, in my hometown, in Teluk Intan, I see a Mercedes. I'm going to have a Mercedes one day. All right? I heard, there's this series called The Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous. YouTube this. Back in the 80s. Hosted by Robin Leach, who speaks with a British accent. And he would show people's houses, cars, private jets. And one of my first dreams was, we got to own a private jet. All right? We got to buy every car we can. And I used to make these promises to Amma. I used to, as a young teenager, as a kid, I used to tell Amma that one day I'm going to own this. One day I'm going to do this. One day, even my aunties, everyone. And in a beautiful way, she would laugh or smile, but never smack you on the head and said, don't waste your time dreaming. That she would allow us that luxury of dreaming big. And I was a dreamer from the time I started my life, when I could understand things and see things. And if you go back to your childhood, if you think your younger days, you are also a dreamer. You were just like me, But somewhere along the way, we all stopped believing. We all stopped dreaming. We sort of surrendered to life. All right? And I'm telling you, my dream, the power of a dream, started when I was young. And my story is a bit different. It wasn't a car. It wasn't a bicycle. Even though I really wanted a bicycle, which was a dream, and I got it, a BMX with yellow handles. All right? I'll never forget Penguin, the brand. Okay? And my first dream, my first understanding of what a dream can do to you was a girl. A girl. All right? And don't get me wrong, I was young. I started falling in love at 12 years old. All right? So can you imagine I'm 12 years old and the first time I fell in love. And love, falling in love, guys and girls, you know this. It's the same. It's still a dream. It's a dream. Anything you want so badly that you are willing to fight for, you're willing to die for, you're willing to do anything to get it, all right, is called a dream. Something that beats in your heart, stays in your mind. You cannot sleep, all right? You're eating, you're thinking about that dream, all right? That's a dream. And my dream at 12 years old was a girl. And I am telling you, at that time, I already understood the price to pay for dreams to become a reality. I understood that no dream is going to fall on your lap. No dream is going to happen like that. That if the dream, as Dato Sri Vijay says, if the dream is big enough, the facts don't count. And if the dream is big enough, then you must be willing to pay any price. So I fell in love, okay? So I went to school like in a public, not a bus, but a private, like a car, like a van, okay? And one day, I went into the van, 12 years old, morning, with the bag over the shoulder. You know how we look like that, standing, totally upset that we have to go to school. But actually, I enjoyed school, and I'm standing there. And that van comes in the morning. And there's nothing exciting going on in my town. It's a small town, okay? There's nothing, all right? The van door opens, and your chief goes in, sits down, routine, every day. And this time, I turn to the left and I see her, my dream. And suddenly everything became slow motion. Do you understand? And that's why I understand Bollywood movies. It actually happens. Everything came slow motion. And I could hear in the background the music, the song. If it was now, it will be like, Tujhe dekha, tohe jana, sanum. You understand? I could hear it. And I was there. And you know, guys and girls, all right? When you fall in love, you get nervous and you become stupid. If there's one guaranteed way to reduce your IQ instantly, is to fall in love. So I'm sitting there with my bag, macho, cool, you know, all right? And suddenly you see the girl. And you know, guys, when you try to act extra cool, you look like you have a disease. Do you realize that? All right? I seriously, I was sitting there and I'm normal. Then I see the girl, my body starts to go like that. I adjust my hair, looking, and girls, what's your problem? I was looking at her until my eyes was tearing, you know, because I'm scared to blink, you understand? To miss when she's going to look at me. And girls, look. Give us some hope. The power of the dream. And she didn't look. And I think she knew I was looking because I wasn't looking like sight, you know. I was like, you understand? All right? My tongue was hanging out. I was in love. You understand? And then I realized she's the one. She's the dream. All right? But you see, your dream is not going to run to you, you know. All right? There's a song called Run to You by Whitney Houston, right? Okay? Your dream is not going to run to you, you know. That means it's not like what you watch in movies, guy like girl, girl like guy, boom, done. No. All right? It's not hard to get. It's almost impossible to get. And I did everything, guys. 12 years old. I rode my bicycle up and down in front of her house in the hot sun every day, just praying that she comes out so I can see her for 2 minutes, not in school uniform. Do you understand? All right? And then I realized it's the price you pay. And I used to ride my bicycle like a moron in the hot sun. I got dark. My skin, I used to be white, okay, before this. And I realized, what is this called? This is called presentación. 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 I realized that as long as you don't give up, I kept riding that bicycle non-stop. And one day she came out and she looked. That look, no acknowledgement, no like, hi. No, it's just the look. And I felt like I won the gold medal. I mean, I felt like I can beat Usain Bolt. You understand? And that's the power of the dream. Even getting closer to the dream makes you stronger. All right? And I kept doing that every time. And then one day, my mother told me, I'm doing a school trip with my class. This girl is a student, correct? This girl is a student of my mom. My mom is a school teacher. Somehow the connection a bit weird. And my mom said, I'm taking my class to some, what do you call it, park, trip. What park was it, sir? Near Kelly's Castle there, Ipoh. Okay, all right. So was going on a trip to a theme park. And what did Pathman Senatiraja tell his mother? Which boy at 12 years old wants to go on a bloody trip with his mother and her class? Pathman Senatiraja. Because one of the students, my dream. Do you understand? I think she's watching this broadcast. All right? Okay? And then I said, how do you impress girls? So those days, everything is about a song lah. In the 80s, you understand? Everything is a song. Now, songs don't make sense, Think about it. All right? Pull out the gun, I shoot you on the street, I shoot this guy, I shoot that guy. You understand? It's all violence and anger. But back then, songs had meaning, was deep. A song was like a message to somebody with love. And there was a song by Starship. All right, nothing's gonna give up. What is it? Nothing's gonna stop us now. Looking in your eyes, I see your paradise. Put your hand in my hand, baby. I'll look back. Okay, so that was the song. Now I had a cassette player. Remember that? Our Panasonic cassette player. So I put the cassette. I play. Listen to the song. Stop. Rewind. Play. Listen to the song. To write the lyrics, Because last time cassette, not official cassette, unofficial cassette got no lyrics. And there's no YouTube, no internet lah, bro. Alright? So I wrote the song lah. And every night, like a mentally deranged guy, like you're mental, You're mental. And let me tell you, if you really want your dream, you got to be mental. Atta maji satakali, they say. You understand? You got to go crazy. You cannot be normal. You cannot say, I want to be financially free. It will happen someday. Lovely. Let's take a slow walk to financial freedom. Cannot. It'll never happen. If you want financial freedom, then you got to be crazy. And I was crazy. So I wrote not stalker crazy, in love crazy, okay? I wrote the song. I sat in the bus with another friend of mine, all right? I brought along another friend of mine, okay? And my mom was in front, lah. And the girl was sitting there somewhere in the middle of the bus. Halfway, the courage came, because you need to be a warrior, right? No more fear, as Dato Sri Vijay will tell me. I stood up. I went there. I stood in front of the girl like I'm singing the bloody national anthem. Do you understand? It was not like I was cool, like. Now I know how to walk like this, lah. All right? I walk like that, like a small boy, like robot, like that. And then I went in front, took the piece of paper and wanted to start singing the song, which I did. Big mistake. Because what you hear on the cassette is very different than how you sound when you sing a bloody song. All right? So I looked at her like national anthem. Looking in your eyes, I see your paradise. You understand? All right? And what do you think the girl did? Oh, so sweet, Pathman. Nope. No response. Everyone laughing. I went back and I sat down with my friend who was also laughing. All right? And my world came to an end. La. At 12, I said, this is it. This is the end of my life. It's over. I quit. I give up. I tried everything. All right? And my dream doesn't seem to be coming nearer. So at that time, at 12, moron. I said, I give up. I don't give a shit about her anymore. And that's exactly what you will feel, That's exactly what you will feel when you find it so hard that you're not getting closer And actually your dream is getting further. Like your dream is almost avoiding you. And then you feel like you want to give up. And that's how I felt at the age of 12. And I know it sounds funny today and I can laugh about it. But at that moment, the pain was real. At that moment, giving up was a decision I made. And then we went to the theme park. And we went around. And then I walked into the haunted house, like a haunted house. And nothing scared me because I was devastated. And then I kept walking. And I was walking in the haunted house. Suddenly I felt somebody hold my hand. And I realized, something was happening. I hope it wasn't my friend, the guy, you understand? Out of fear, maybe he was holding my hand. So I walked. And as we came to the end of the haunted house where there's light, I turned. And it was that girl. That dream became a reality. And I almost gave up. I paid the price. I did everything. I never complained. However painful, however people laughed at me, I never gave up. And then, boom, the dream became a reality. And that's when I look back at my journey, that was my first training for QNet. That was my first training for network marketing. That I was already prepared at the age of 12 to max out. And then I studied in school. Okay, I didn't study, I went to school. And then I graduated. I became a lawyer. Don't ask me how. I think that year my examiner was drunk. But I got a law degree. I can't find it. I think I burnt it. When I became financially free. Okay? Because a piece of paper cannot define my future. Do you understand? That's what I believe today. And I graduated from law school and I became jobless. Why? Because I don't like working in a job. Go to work, come back home, 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 go to work, come back home. 40 years. Retirement party, fake watch, and then broke and wait to die and pray for your kids to look after you. That's it. You don't need to read a leaf, the lotus leaf or whatever leaf. I will tell you your future if you don't wake up and smell the coffee now. And then I was jobless. And now comes the twist. The master plan. The master stroke of the master plan. My mother and father were teachers to Dato Sri when he was this small. In another small town. Dato Sri was their student. My mother, I think, taught English, and my English, maths or something such. So maths and English. Why is Dato a successful businessman? And why does he speak so well? Maths and English. Amma and Papa. Okay. And his parents and my parents were close. And they became very close friends. And I have known Dato Sri since I was born. And then Dato Sri came in 1998 to Malaysia when he started this company. And he came to meet my mother to pay respect. And then he met my mom and said, Auntie, what are your sons doing? Kuna, successful, something he was doing. Sati, successful, something he was doing. Pathman, just out of university or college, jobless. And Dato Sri said, Auntie, I will give him a job. And I was like, okay, I got a job. From that time he was not Dato Sri, he was Ishwaran or Vijay Ishwaran. Ishwaran gave me a job. And I started my job. I was the business development and legal. Business and legal development or something. The word legal was there. And what was my job, guys? I'll tell you my job. Every day there was presentation, in the office. We had an office in Petaling Jaya. Everyday presentation by other people. And I was supposedly business development and legal. And I stood on the side. All right? Okay? With a suit or a shirt, with a tie. And then after the presentation, my only job, I swear, that Vijay Ishwaran paid me money to do this because I wasn't good at anything else. Don't tell him. All right? After the presentation, I came to the front. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pathman Sinatiraja. I am a lawyer and this business is legal. Thank you. And I went to the side. That's all. I just endorsed the legality of the business. And every day I did this. And he kept paying me a monthly salary. Not too high, Datu Sri, if you're watching. All right? Peanuts. But then, peanuts you get monkeys, I suppose. All right? And then one day, the presenter didn't come. He didn't come, guys. He just didn't come. And he called me and said, Pathman, can you do the presentation? I said, are you kidding? See, today I can speak on broadcast. I can speak in stadiums. No problem. But back then, my legs, can you show them my legs? All right? Do I move back? Zoom out, camera. All right? And show them my legs. Yes, not yet. Okay. And I was standing, cool shoes, guys. I love my yellow shoes. I was standing there, and I was supposed to do the presentation. I got the call from the guy who couldn't make it, and my legs were like this. I was really freaking out. Butterflies in my stomach, not flying around, killing each other. All right? And then I came up in front. Just like this. Ladies and gentlemen, the presenter could not come. My name is Pathman Sinatiraja. I'll be presenting to you today. His business is very straightforward. You buy a product. You get a tracking center. What is a tracking center? I don't know. Doesn't matter. There is a line in the middle. Why is there a line in the middle? I don't know. There's left and right. Why is there left and right? I don't know. But stay with me. All right? And once you get his tracking center, you go left, right. Now go and look for two people who are as unhappy with life like you and bring them here. All right? And when they buy a product, they get a tracking center. And then they have a left and right. They go and find more people unhappy with life, looking for something, bring them here, blah, blah, blah. I showed them a projection. I showed them how much money potentially they could make. All right? Okay? I showed them the worst case scenario, best case scenario. In less than 15 minutes, my presentation, the worst. All right? And then, guess what I did? All right? I walked to the side. I waited for 30 seconds. And I came back again. And I said, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Pathman Sinatiraja. I am a lawyer. And this business is legal. And then I left. And then I wanted to go and jump off a building. All right? But then, the next day I came back to the office. And everyone came to me and said, bro, fantastic presentation. Everyone signed up. I was like, what? Who? Where? Yesterday. They loved your presentation, your energy, you're crazy. People are just signing up. They want you to do it again today. And I did it again. Simple. 12, 15 minutes. If your presentation is 2 hours, the guy may sign up to get you to stop talking. Do you understand? Maybe that's working for you, but I keep it short and sweet. And then, all these Malaysians were telling me what was their check, Oh, I got this check, that check. And I looked at my salary. So I called Datu Sri. Vijay Ishwan. I said, Anne, I want to be a networker. This was 3 months. He said, are you sure? I said, yes. Quit your job, buy the products, get your tracking centers and bill. All right? You are my direct referral. What did I do? I went back home. And who do I see? The love of my life, my mother, who just finished telling all the relatives, or Sondakaran as we say, that her son, loser, got a job. And I'm coming back. Ma, Yes. And she was cutting vegetables. I learned, don't tell your wife or mother-in-law you are quitting your job to do networking full-time when they are cutting vegetables. Health hazard. So I came back and said, Ma, I resign. And I want to borrow money to become a networker with Ishwaran. You understand? And my mother's eyes had that look you rarely see in a mother while holding the knife. And I know what she was thinking. I got 3 sons. You kill one, you got 2 more. You understand? All right? And Amma said yes. I borrowed money from Amma, from Kuna, from Sati. And I started. Of course, my brothers had no choice. Shut up and sign up. And that's history. And today I stand here as your upline, financially free. Thank you, Dato Sri Vijay Japa, my mom. Thank God that I made it. And along this whole journey, I found the secret that I'm going to share with you today. The most fundamental, important thing throughout my journey, which is you are going to go through the similar journey. Everyone does. Throughout my journey, there was only one thing that kept me alive. There was only one thing that didn't allow me to quit. There was only one thing that kept me strong every step of the way. And that was my dream. And I am telling you right now, if you're watching me and you are new in this business and you just started, look at me. The most important thing on this journey, the only thing sometimes I'm brave enough to say, is the dream. That without the dream, this business makes no sense. Without the why, learning the how is stupidity. That you need to know why you're doing this. You need that dream there. Because this journey is not always going to be easy. You're going to be tested. And every V partner would be lying if they told you they never felt like quitting somewhere along their journey. But their dreams kept them going. And I know that if you watch the 8 basic building blocks, the first one is dream. And your uplines make you write down your dreams. But today I want to talk about my dream. And don't get me wrong, Ferrari, yes. Mansion, yes. Rolex, yes. Flying first class, yes. These are dreams. And as long as that dream is something that you're willing to fight for every day, as long as that dream is something you're willing to die for, literally, then that qualifies as a dream. But my dream was none of that. My dream is my mom, Amma. Alright? That the minute I started this journey, the only thing that kept me going was my love for my mother. The fact that I wanted to give her the life she deserves. Because as I grew older, I realized the sacrifices she made to make me who I am today, to make Sati the great man he is today, to make Kuna the great man he is today. The sacrifice she had to make to feed us, clothe us, educate us, all right, is to a different level. She never enjoyed her life. She could never buy anything she wanted. That to women, a new sari, jewelry was so important. My mom never had all that. She prioritized us She put her sons before herself. And that point when Dato Sri told me the potential of this business, the only thing that came to my mind was how can I give her back the life she gave up for us? How can I put her in a position where she never has to worry about money? She never has to worry about buying the things she wants. And a lot of you don't know this, but I lost my mom in 2010. She came to every weekend. She didn't support us in the beginning. She thought we were all cuckoo to quit our jobs and join Ishwaran. But she came to one event and saw Dato Sri speak, and I go up and speak. And so many people came up to her and said, Auntie, you should be so proud of your son. He changed our lives. And that's when she realized that this business is not about left, right, max out. She realized that this business is about changing lives. And I think for the first time she was proud of, she's proud of Kuna, Sati and me in different ways. But I think that was the first time she was truly proud of what we do. And from that moment, she would come to every weekend, Greece, Dubai, Kalai, everywhere. And she would sit on the VIP stage. And my mom is beautiful, guys. The most beautiful woman I will ever know. Her eyes would comfort you anytime. Her smile was full of humility, that she was so afraid to smile fully, thinking it was too much. And she had this smile that will make you feel safe. Oh, this is more difficult to do in front of the camera. And she is my dream. Everything I do is only because of her. Nothing else. The car, the Rolex, the first class, it will come. I guarantee you. But find that dream. And my mom, I lost her in 2010. 73 years old, super healthy, but the master plan decided it was time for her to go back home. And I was not prepared for it in any way. I thought I lost my purpose, when a room goes dark and you're not expecting it to go dark, you lose light, And losing Amma was like that for me, Kuna, Sati. And a lot of people, every member of the coin service, she fed them, she brought them up. She's Kalai's teacher, Dato Sri's teacher. And every weekend she would sit. I miss her so much. She would sit and she would never go back until closing. I said, Amma, go back in service to send you. No, I'll sit down and listen to you. And even though she hears my jokes for 200 times, she would keep laughing. And when I lost Amma at 2010, I wanted to walk away. I'll tell you the truth. I really wanted to retire. I felt lost. But I remember what she told me, that I should never stop doing what I'm doing, because there are many people who depend on me, Kuna, Sati, Ishwaran. And we must never let them down, because they haven't completed their journey. They need us to walk by their side, to fight battles with them. And I am here today at this Week on Connect, not because I like the camera, being on video. No, I've been doing this for 22 years, guys. I have made more money than I ever dreamed of making. I'm here because of a promise I kept to the most important woman in my life. And I'm proud today that there's 200,000 people watching, because you must know her. Because I am who I am today to you because of her. Her name is Padmavati Kandeya. That's why my name is Padmasilan Senatiraja. Padmavati Kandeya. You forget my name, it's okay. but never forget hers. Because if she did not exist, neither would I.